We are podcastvideos.com. Our goal is to educate, enlighten, engage, and entertain. We believe in the power of love and transformation through storytelling. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, this is Story Scaling with podcastvideos.com. I am banging to my right. I have
Sam Lewandowski.
Oh, how do you tip both names? Was that
Sorry.
first timer, Sam?
I like that.
Okay, sorry.
I like the full name.
Oh, that full name's cool. Okay, sticking with the full name. Full names: Nathan Sellers,
Bob Halstead.
Parker,
Last name, please.
Dodson.
Thank you.
He's cool enough he doesn't need a last name.
Yeah, there you go.
I like just Parker.
Yeah.
Eventually, you get to a point where people only call you by one name, and that's how you know you made it. It's true. Kobe, LeBron,
I'm Jordan. I'm going to reach that level.
Zendaya.
Oh, that's another good one. That's really good. Yeah. Parker, the Beyonce of podcastvideos.com.
I was stole with that girl.
All right, so we got a topic of discussion today. I'll let you introduce it.
Yeah, so today we're talking about you have 60 seconds to make a sales pitch on an activity that you could talk for an hour about and try to convince others that they would listen to you.
An hour. Is there anything right now that you feel confident that you can talk about for an hour uninterrupted? No prep either. Like just right now at the drop of a hat.
100%.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, that everybody.
Like 50% confident.
Okay. I'm kind of like that.
Yeah. If with preparation I'm good, or someone who can banter back and forth with me, I'm good. I can't just talk for an hour straight.
Yeah.
Just not who I am.
Parker, you said absolutely.
Well, I mean, y'all know me. Like, you could just lock me in this room and I could talk for. I'd be in here for. Now, it may not all be about the same topic, but I'm still going to be in here talking.
You got one topic, 1 hour, no prep. What can you do?
Yeah, easily could.
What?
Fly fishing.
I was going to say fishing. Can I guess that he's going to talk about fishing?
Fishing. Fly fishing.
You got 60 seconds to convince us to hear more about your fly fishing.
So sudden, another full on the spot, I should say. When my timers start.
3, 2, 1, action.
So it's easy with our daily lives that we get in the work and grind of everything, showing up every day, 9 to 5, you're out, living life, going home, family, kids, bills, everything just repeats itself, work all the time. Imagine being able to remove yourself from that. You're standing in a clean ocean water, a clean river, could be ocean, depending on your choice. And you're fly fishing, which is a form of fishing that not a lot of people know about. Or they know and they don't really know how to even get into it. How much time I got left? So the cool thing that I love about fly fishing is everybody's life is so fast-paced and it requires you to slow down. Mm. So everything from like tying your own flies, which is something that I do, all the way into getting in the water and actually fishing. It is like my number one way to actually get outside and kind of take a step back. It's usually by yourself. It's really peaceful. And it's just a way to transform your life while doing an activity that you really enjoy doing.
I'm in.
Hey, that's perfect time. You in?
Let's do it.
I'll pass.
Okay. The most important element of our existence is sustainability, and you need that through a series of things. You need sleep, you need water, you need food. And food is something that I think in our culture particularly, we don't steward it well. It's for fuel. It's to recharge us and to keep us going. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't enjoy pizza or a good meal every now and then? Absolutely not. What that does mean is we have to do a better job of realizing how the things that we eat affect us. And so I was looking at a study yesterday and it said how processed foods have caused us to basically hijack our biology. And so you eat food that's high in calorie, not filling, and doesn't contribute to your overall wellness, right? Rather than eating whole foods that do all of those things. It makes you feel better, strengthens you, give you the nutrients, vitamins. Like nowadays, it's said that 50% of people are consuming not real food. So it's the stuff that we eat every single day that doesn't have any nutritional value. And so that's affecting us long term and causing us to not live the quality of life that we should. So we need some food that is good for us.
You need some soul food.
We need some soul food. Some food for the soul, actually.
I mean, I'm out just because you went a minute 15, so it's going to
Well, you didn't stop me.
That's not the result. I listen. You gave me a 30-second mark, and I knew internally. Whoa! I got time for your 3.5-hour podcast.
That's not bad. Fog us out,
It
Bobby.
was good. Actually, I'm in. That was really good.
So I'm in, but I've got a little bit of a food relationship issue anyway.
Yeah.
You guys, have, know I've been trying to lose weight for a while anyway. My wife's been losing weight as well, and she's actually been on the Maggiorno kick or whatever that is.
Oh, yeah.
And she's talked about how it's completely changed her relationship with food to a point, like you mentioned, where it is more of a fuel instead of just something to stay busy doing. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's rather than just being something to be comfortable with. But so yeah, to your point, man, food's changed a lot of people's lives, and the over processing and everything is taking it a little too far.
Yep.
So I'm in.
Hey, I got two.
Oh, I'm in because it's one of those things where you can't live without it, right? Yeah. But Sam and I were just talking about this yesterday about all these different strategies and suggestions on what you should eat, how you should eat, all that stuff. I mean, it's overwhelming, but I think you're going to have people on both sides that they don't want to be influenced by somebody else's opinion, right? But then again, me being an open book, I like to have a general perspective, take in everything and then make a decision for myself. What would be the best plan of action, I guess. But I think.
Now, keep in mind, for Nate's birthday, we bought him like a 200,000 calorie set of food for interview for his fight. He's got like, let's see all of that before he could really get back on it.
Well, you started giving it out to people. No, 90% of that's already been used. Yeah. But it was used in the way it's supposed to be. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to snack on this. Some bowls, a big little bag. It was probably like 2 pounds of food.
Yeah, very calorie dense.
High carb, high sugar, but when you're just burning through calories, cycling, running and all that stuff, you need it. So, but there is an importance on having good quality. It's not just about you need the higher view stuff. I mean, good quality makes a big difference.
Totally.
So
I'm gonna say this and kind of freak us out real quick, and then I'm gonna pass this to Nate. But I just been doing some research on this, and in the 1980s, the cigarette companies were seeing a decline due to having to put like the Surgeon General warnings and all the information out there so people knew what they were consuming. And so the scientists that worked with cigarette companies to make those addictive started going to the food companies to make our food more addictive. And still to this day, one of the highest employers of scientists are food companies. And it's just like strategically, and again, I think people should enjoy food. I'm not saying that, but I am saying we really got to be conscious and mindful, because right now it's just like we're test subjects. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm sounding real conspiracy-y right now.
we have a conspiracy topic because I will get 10 foil.
All right, okay. Let me put a pin right there. I'm going to stop that and pass it to Nate.
Okay. Wait, Sam, are you in or out on his?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, I'm in.
4 for 4, baby.
4 for 4.
What'd you get?
3
3.
for 4.
Show me some love.
He had a good pitch, though. I just fly fishing.
Some people just don't understand the line. So you were with our time, but you had a 3 out of 4. You were over.
But no, but
15 seconds paid off.
So
so technically, if somebody gets 4 for 4 and stays within the time, then that's the champ.
He didn't make it feel like it was 15 over, though. So
I
fair.
We'll have to replay it.
Yeah.
So imagine you're going someplace you've never been before on a medium that is solely powered by yourself. And you can either do it with a bunch of your friends or you can do it by yourself. And each time you get on this medium, it's a new challenge every time. You can go from your neighborhood down the street, or you can go to a completely new country. I've never been out of the country, so this is just opportunities everywhere. So there's the biggest, in this specific sport, there's the biggest event going on in the world right now. And if you're a young kid, you have this dream, to bike around the world, to do hard things. Like everybody can do hard things, right? But you watch these people do what they do, and you're like, yeah, I want to do that. But you don't have to do these hard things. Like, you can just go out every day. So imagine seeing what cycling is all about, right? I mean, that's just a little bit of what it's about.
Like Tour de France.
Yeah, just don't stop and kiss your wife on the way. Right? Controversy.
What? Wait, I'm missing it. What?
Bike rider was on one of the legs and pulled over, stopped to thank his friends for coming out, kissed his wife, and they fined him for interrupting the race.
No way.
Yeah. And it really only counted against him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Trials.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A French hate freedom.
Now, on the flip side of that, we just finished the Arkansas Grappler, right?
Yeah.
100 miles, is that right? No, longer than that, right?
That one is, I believe, across the state.
Yeah, across
Yeah.
the state,
You can
back
do it?
roads.
Well, I love to do all that stuff. But for me, I'm mainly a soloist. So I kind of go out and do things on my own. But that doesn't mean I'm opposed to doing something like that. Like I said, hard challenges, doing hard stuff.
Yeah.
But that requires a lot of planning. And for me, there's part of me that can be like, yeah, I can go out there this weekend and do it myself. Probably I could. But me, I like to plan things out. Like I like to have a strategy. So there's a little bit of that that goes into it for sure.
What's the longest you've ever ridden?
Definitely, I've done many 100-mile rides
No way.
in one go. Yeah, I mean that's a staple. You got to do it. If you're like okay, let me draw a line a little bit. Not everybody has to do it. Not everybody wants to do it. But if you're committed to spending the money, like cycling's a very expensive sport. But if you're committed to doing it, like myself, I've kind of made my I don't know what you would say, but
Lifestyle.
yeah. I made it a big part of my lifestyle. It's one of those things. It's like a rite of passage, and it goes back to what I was saying. Like you could do it with your friends and family, and it's a lot more fun. You don't have to do it by yourself, but I have done it. Yeah, exactly. So,
You've ridden 100 miles multiple times.
oh yeah.
Can you prefer to do that by yourself?
Well, it's a lot more fun when you suffer with people.
Yeah.
Are we
It's a
in?
different person.
Oh, I love biking. I don't do it enough, but I love
Do
biking.
we got 100 miles in us?
I mean, not on my current mountain bike. I could probably knock out. I feel confident I can knock out 40 or 50 on it.
Okay.
I did 12 the other day or something like that. It was still bad.
How realistic is doing a podcast while mountain biking? Or not mountain biking?
Depends on your
like
cardiovascular level.
There's actually, it's been done, not mountain biking, but it's been done on the road before.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind bringing that.
I like that.
I
too.
can talk. Oh, we got a segment for Nate.
Yeah.
I just want to see that hair flying in the wind is what I want to see.
Well, it's
Yes.
underneath the helmet. So
But it still sits out the bottom.
Free
Yeah.
flowing.
The longer it gets, the
yeah,
more-
I've noticed it kind of doing its little thing
I
back.
might need that wrap just because I need to see you just kind of beam of light just flowing.
Podcast part can be the support vehicle.
Yeah.
I've been saying,
Can we get a climb out?
We can. I've been saying we need to get him a writing kit that's like the podcast videos. And then we'll just follow Nate around town.
I will be.
We're gonna be like,
Then give him a little mic. He can interview people.
Latour to NWA.
And then when you're tracking me wherever I go, it's the little microphone.
Yeah, on the road.
Yeah.
Sam,
I'm here for it.
Am I in? I'm probably out, but I'd take this
I respect
to
that.
the full capacity.
I mean, I'm in.
You in?
So I'm in. You guys may not know this. I used to ride. So, back before it was cool. But I've done a 100-mile ride myself.
Bob's also like a very accomplished skateboarder.
That's what I'm saying, Bob. You skateboard, you ride,
Be kick flipping
you
on
backpack.
Anything to get outside, man. Anything that gets me out of the house.
Some people don't understand that, but that's okay.
Have you let your pitch yet, Bob?
I have not.
No.
It's Sam and Bob. We'll save the new one for last, so it's more difficult.
Yeah, sure. So my pitch. All right, go. So getting outdoors is my thing. I love the solitude of being in the mountains, in the woods, whether it's with people, without people. As an introvert, I can do it by myself. Even with people, I don't have to talk the whole time. The long distance hiking. I'm not accomplished through hiker yet. I've done multiple 30, 40 plus mile hikes, things like that. Carrying everything you need for 4 or 5 days and just getting out there, completely disconnecting and reconnecting with Mother Earth. Man, that's kind of my jam. So
You still got 18 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. So, imagine taking everything you need with you and just being away from society for a week.
Self-reliant.
Self-reliant. You got your food with you. You're getting water out of streams, cleaning it, building fires if you need them. Just whatever you need to survive.
Yes.
Bob,
I got goosebumps.
I mean,
Sam's out.
If you get past the 30, 40 miles, then I'm in. I like the
30, 40 miles.
society. It's the distance.
Hike it 10. You find you a nice stream or somewhere to camp up. You got some probably freeze-dried meal in your pack.
Or if
Some
you have a
water.
little collapsible pole, you can fish there.
Yeah. Fish it for fish.
Y'all
That's
can
one of
flop
my
and
favorite
hike
things.
together.
Yeah. They're even rafting.
You
Float
can-
down a raft.
Bite.
Stop. Catch you some fish. Stop at the
Bite.
campground.
Fish.
eat.
Eat off the land.
Wait, they're all working together. They're all in that. You're getting water. I've done hikes. I'm sure you have come across like a spring, water straight from it. It's cold, clean. Just filter it down real quick.
I did pull some really dirty water.
Oh yeah, like where you go through your filter and you're like,
Yeah. Where it still looks bad.
and it doesn't taste the best.
You drink it even after it come out looking
You
bad.
have to, man.
You got a choice.
Did 5 miles in the Superstition Mountains out in Arizona, and you take whatever water you can come across.
Bob, no, Bob.
What's your dream spot to like go hiking?
The John Muir Trail.
Ooh.
Where's that at?
So it starts in Yosemite and runs to the Sierra Nevadas.
How far?
It's about 211, 215
I
miles.
thought you were gonna PCT it maybe.
What's that?
Pacific Crest Trail runs from the Mexican border to the Canadian border.
Bro, look at you with abbreviations that we don't understand.
Yeah, so it's about 2,500, 3,000 miles, something like that.
LOL SMH.
Yeah. People will spend they'll take a year off.
Y'all, wait, what are we saying? What are we saying right now?
You start at the border of Mexico with a backpack on. It's got like some cooking stuff, some food here and there, but you have to plan these things out well. In advance.
It's a 5-month-long hike.
Yeah.
And people really do this
Yeah.
all the time. Thousands of people do.
on their feet.
Yeah. And the trail will cut through a town, and then you might spend 1 or 2 days in town, get more supplies,
Shower.
refill, shower, and then you're back on the trail. And
There's people that film it.
yeah, and you'll stop and camp, and they'll be you could run into 4 of us just all doing the same thing. You might hike with them for the next 50 miles.
So there's actually a girl from Northwest Arkansas named Kelly Hayes. Find her online, Kelly Hayes Hikes. She's doing the Continental Divide Trail, which is one of the longest through hiking trails in the United States right now that goes from Canada down to Mexico. It's around 3,000.
She from NWA?
Through Colorado, right?
Yeah.
It's Colorado.
Bob, what's the name?
Kelly Hayes.
Kelly Hayes. We're going to shout you out right now because you are a different breed in a good way.
So she just started the CDT like a week ago.
She going
already.
north to south.
She's going south and north to south. Yeah. Southbound.
I definitely want to start south. I feel
Bro,
because I want to get prettier as I go, but it also gets more difficult because you're getting elevation.
Right.
she really out here.
It's crazy,
All right, I'm sorry. I got distracted. People really doing this.
dude. I've only done 3 or 4 days before, kind of like what you said. It's the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah, I want to hit 100 miles in the next year or two. I just had to find time to take that amount of time off work to go do it.
How long would that take you? If you're just casually doing it, you're not.
Probably 7-8 days.
Does your wife do it with you?
No, if there's not a book in her hands, just not doing it.
Feel that.
Are you tent or hammock guy?
I'm a tin guy. I tried the hammock thing. I sleep on my stomach, so that really doesn't work out very well. But yeah. Also, when you're going through the desert, it's a little hard to find trees to hang a hammock.
Oh, man.
Can't hang. It's hard to hang from a cactus.
Sure.
That was a very spot comment right there.
That was a very
You're going through the desert. It's a little
We're not hard to have my.
All right, Sam. I'm in. In.
100%.
In. No. Okay.
Let's toss it. Guys, this is going to be so radically different from everything.
That's all right. We're in for the.
Do you just want me to jump in or do you want me to give you a topic?
You got 60 seconds.
You can't talk about podcasting.
It's not good.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's wait till that hits 30 and then you can check it yourself.
Okay.
4.
Let's do the boys and girls. Samantha Lewandowski.
All right. So imagine the opportunities that you have with an entire group of people that are crazy about a certain book, series, whatever it be, right? We're talking literature. So fiction books, right? You think Lord of the Rings, Hunger Games, Divergent, The Hobbit, whatever. You have this entire fan base that is crazy about something. And a movie studio comes in and they're like, oh my gosh, let's make it into a movie. We'll capitalize on all this investment. And then they absolutely destroy it and they do such a bad job, right? Studios are killing the opportunities with book to movie adaptations because they're just like absolutely missing the point. They're these executives that are like, oh, money, we'll just put it on the screen. We'll throw a big name actor on it. It'll be great. It'll make all this money. And the fans aren't wanting that, right? So there's such a missed opportunity. All you have to do is do the exact same thing that's in the book and put it on the screen. Now, I get it, right? Like, you got to cut down time. You can't include everything. That's where you bring the fans in. You say, hey, what's important? What's fundamental to this book that's going to make this movie successful, right? We don't need that scene, but this scene might seem insignificant, and that's what everybody loves. And so for that reason, I'm like, you have to have a cohesive, all-inclusive.
Somewhat fan-led scripting.
Yeah. And I think that there's a totally missed opportunity with that.
Shout out season 9 Game of Thrones, which was absolute garbage. Now, granted, the book wasn't to that point yet, so I will defend them on that. They kind of make it up as they go, but that sucked.
Bro,
but when you don't have the,
I need to know how Arya killed the Night King, not just like, oh, she sees him in a garden, now we're celebrating that she beat him. That's like, what?
Bro,
how did she kill him? She's terrible.
I sat through a 30-minute rant from my brother talking about this same exact thing and Game of Thrones specifically, which I've never seen. But
Game of Thrones did great until they ran out of books to continue, right? But once they stopped having a story to follow, it was just kind of like, oh, let's do this.
But they're missing the point. Like, they're missing what makes people love it. They're not on target.
I would rather wait until the next book comes out to watch seasons 8 and 9 of Game of Thrones. So would you make something up just for time sake?
Sam, where did this passion come from? Because that was big, bro. Like, Sam, you get the conviction award, bro. Like,
I wanted to talk about that for a while.
Yeah, like,
I can talk about it for hours, man. Oh man, I grew up reading. That's where like my love stories came from, is reading books. And I'd get so mad, like the Percy Jackson. This didn't show my age, but like the Percy Jackson movies were trash. And like 11-year-old me was like, "What is going on?"
So is that your number one disappointment when you would go from book to film?
Yeah,
if you had to pick your top 3 disappointments from book to film, what would they be?
I mean, this
Percy Jackson.
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe a little too deep. But... Yeah, I remember being really disappointed with the Divergent series, which is like I don't think it's a great series to begin with. But that was pretty bad. A recent one is there's this Damsel on Netflix is a movie with Millie Bobby Brown, but they wrote a book based on a screenplay. And so I read the book before the movie came out. And I was like, it's a decent book, but I could see where this would be a really good series. And I thought it was a movie, and it's really trash. Sorry. I love Millie Bobby Brown, but...
So, I mean, that's a common thread, though, between people who read a lot, is they always say the books are always better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that transition is still lacking.
Yeah.
They haven't figured it out yet.
That's why I gave up on reading. Yeah. I don't want to ruin the movies.
Said it the opposite, man.
Dang! Bob, you like me.
Man, I grew up with all sports and like all that kind of stuff. And so reading, I did never do it. Like I just never read.
Yeah.
Because it's like, school. Like I don't really need to read now that I stumble through my words.
Is reading fundamental?
I love reading.
Okay.
Like probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, really kind of got into it. And like, I'm kind of that way now where it's like one of the most recent books I read was Masters of the Air, which was then made into an Apple series about World War II bombers. Mm-hmm. And I never watched the series. They wrote it off of the book, which is nice, but I never watched the series because like I've read the book and I know it's going to be way more in detail than anything that the series can ever bring out. So I just didn't read it or didn't watch it. So yeah, I love reading now. It's got to be something topical for me, but I love reading. So.
Fire.
I'm in.
Everybody in?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. No? I'd be in on that.
I didn't know if you were going to go down the road of like a Renaissance fair.
Yeah, I don't know. What we were going to do a LARP or type of situation. I imagine being in a park with all the freaking foam swords as you charge and you fend it off. Like, how about?
Have you ever heard of Dungeons and Dragons?
What was so funny because Jeremiah was talking about food and all of a sudden I'm getting hungry over here. And Parker's talking about being in a river and boss, talking about being outside. I'm like,
Can't wait you're in my back corner off of the smell.
Exactly.
Don't you just want to sit in a dark room and watch a TV screen for 2 hours?
I was saying, she's like, I can go in the back room and read a book.
Yeah, right?
But everybody else's was like being outdoors. So. Oh, geez.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a special guest on today's podcast. His name is
Eric Howardson.
Howie.
First of his name, see? He knew.
We're finishing up.
Already good.
Yeah. You came at the perfect time, though. This topic today was you got 60 seconds to pitch a topic that you can speak an hour on, no preparation.
You have to convince us to want to listen to it, though.
Yeah.
So Parker did. What did you do, Pete?
Fly fishing.
Fly fishing. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
But I was here. I was here. Parker did fly fishing. Bob did backpacking. Nate did biking. Sam did.
Book to movie adaptations.
That got deep.
Sounds like we got a smart person.
Stop. Brilliant. Sam brilliant. She's brilliant. Yeah.
I'm not outdoors.
What did I do? Food. Importance of food.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Now you.
So mine.
Now you got 60 seconds to convince us to care.
So I could talk about digital and content marketing. Spit about. Oh, what's up?
I'm out. I'm kidding. Give him some. Sorry.
I'm with you. It was yeah.
So because I've spent 25 years in that industry and doing it before e-com was cool and all that kind of stuff, and so just learned a lot of different stuff about that.
Sell us.
So
Yeah, so I was wanting to listen to you talk about it for an hour.
I mean, I founded a digital content agency and built it up and sold it in about a decade, and worked with some of the largest brands and largest retailers in the world.
You in?
Yeah, I'll be in on that. There's a lot of content I can draw from that would be applicable to my professional life.
Like that language. Bob, you in?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen what Eric's done over the years, especially with the people that he's worked with, and especially as technology has changed over those years, staying on the forefront of it and being able to leverage it faster than some of the older companies can. Been pretty impressed.
Thanks, Bob. See, he does much better than what you said.
Yeah.
I'm in, but we're doing it with podcast videos faster than 10 years.
My co-host. Yeah. I like that guy.
I still don't really know what Eric does, so I'm in.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just a discovery.
Yeah, bro.
I love that you're talking about your whole thing is content marketing and our marketing. It's like, I don't know if I've been.
Hey, just remember, today is Friday.
Right.
We can have a meeting at Fort Lee's Island.
I'm in.
I scheduled every day.
You heard Friday, man.
Brother.
All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Anything else we got? Shout out to Dan, the man. Happy birthday to Dan.
Oh, this birthday.
It's actually tomorrow, but we're celebrating today.
Oh, great. Yeah.
In spirit. He's not here.
Yeah, took it out.
What else we got, Bob?
That's it, man.
All right, I'm about to say I'm Bob. I'm Bang. I'm Bob. I'm Bang.
I'm Sam.
I'm Nate, Bob,
Parker.
Eric. We'll see you next time.